Hi, I'm Luke from Friends Green Porsche. Thanks to Design 911 for coming down today. We're going to have a little walk around and talk about what we do. So I guess it all started back when I was a little kid. My old man used to always drive 911s, Porsches. I remember being in the back seat of them, as I'm sure a lot of the people that are watching this video like their Porsches were back in the day. And it all stemmed from that. I started doing kart racing from a very young age, so that got us into motorsport, my brother and I. And as soon as I could afford to buy one of these lovely 911s behind us, I bought one, and the rest is history, I guess. So we are obviously a Porsche specialist, but we specialise predominantly in, well, we only do water-cooled cars, we don't do air-cooled cars, and predominantly 996s and 7s, that's what we're renowned for. I'd say 90–95% of what we do is 996, 997s, and the equivalent Boxsters, so 986, 987s, but mainly the 911s. We're starting to do 991s as they're getting a little bit older, so as you can see the cars we've got in this courtyard, this is kind of our forte. So we can have a look around, but we're sales as well as a workshop. So I started out as just sales 7 years ago, how's my maths? And then 3 years ago, this was built, and we've now got the internal in-house workshop. We've got 2 technicians at the moment. We're about to take on another one, so we'll have 3 technicians. So this is our newest building. It's still under construction at the moment, but it's to be our showroom. But we can have a look around and see what we've got here at the moment. So all sales cars in this building here. I've obviously brought out the ones that are most colourful and eye-catching. 996 Carrera 4S, we sell loads and loads of these, work on loads of these. We've got another 996 Carrera 2, 996s, 997 Generation 2, 996 Turbo, another Carrera 4S, Boxster 987, Carrera 4S under the cover there, and another 996 there. The only 991 we've got in at the moment is this particular car in Guards Red. So they're all our sales cars. If we speak about some of the work we've done on some of these cars, so every 996, 997 that we get in, we have to spend 2 or 3 days on prepping. Obviously we get the parts from you guys, as you know, and we'll go into that. This 996 Carrera 4S, for example, very common work, suspension arms. We use CTE bits and pieces on the suspension, exhaust back boxes, air conditioning, condensers, all the common bits and pieces that 996s and 997s need. So the Friends Green Porsche Design 911 relationship goes back, well, right back to when we started the business, so 7–8 years, 2015. Started off using you guys before I had the workshop actually, and I was using a third-party workshop. They were charging more for parts than what I could get from you guys. So I used to buy them, run them around there. And then of course we've got the workshop and we're getting more and more parts from you guys. The service was always very good. The reason why we get bits from Design 911 is you sell a lot of parts that are from manufacturers that are used on Porsches from factory. We've got air conditioning condensers, they're very common on 996s, 997s, all Porsches in fact. Marla up there is our favourite brand, and that is the brand that Porsche use from factory, so we use them all the time. Sachs clutches, likewise, Porsche use them from factory as well. TRW, suspension bits and pieces, drop links. So yeah, we like to get bits from you guys that are OEM, original equipment manufacturer, because we know it's a good quality part, we know it's going to fit right, our customers know it's going to be a good quality part. If we were to buy a lesser quality part, because there are some lesser quality aftermarket bits out there, one, it makes Ollie and the guys in the workshop job harder because bits don't fit very nicely, the tolerances can be wrong, and you have to manipulate bits to get them to fit on the car. So that costs us time in the workshop and therefore money. And also, again, like I say, and I keep repeating myself, the customer knows they're getting a good quality product. So secondly, an important one when you're in business, Design 911 will never be beaten on price. So it saves us money, makes us more profitable. That's an incredibly important point and one of the key reasons why we've continued to use Design 911 for all these years. Thirdly, the customer service. So, I mean, I predominantly deal with Tony. He is the trade manager at Design 911, and yeah, we get a very personal service, and also as much as it pains me to say it, and he'll be reminding me of this after this video, he does go above and beyond. I'll call him up at 4:30 flapping that this car has gone wrong and needs a component, and the customer's picking it up the next day, and they'll still get it out usually on a pre-12 the next day, so you can't say fairer than that. Okay, so here we are around the back of the building, and this tends to be where we park our customers' cars, safe and sound, while they're being worked on and are in storage with us. We do get a lot of repeat customers, and then some customers are just new customers that come to us needing work doing. So this car is a car we sold several years ago. Well, I think it's about 5 years ago now. It's come back in. He's done some modifications since. He's lowered the suspension. He lives a fair way away. He had it transported to us. You can see they're all 996s and 997s here. Like I was saying, 90% of the work we do is 996s, 997s. So we've got a 996 Carrera 4S in here for exhaust back boxes. They've already gone on. We've got a 996 Carrera 2 in here, and this is in for just a major service, Tiptronic gearbox service, and we're doing front suspension on that as well, an overhaul of the front suspension. 996 Carrera 4S, it's got creaky rear suspension. I imagine that'll be suspension arms, so I'll be giving you a ring, Tony. Another creaky suspension on a 996. The 996 owners watching this will be all too familiar with those creaks from the suspension. 997, it's all 996s but for this one. 997 here in for a full suspension overhaul and major servicing as well. So Ollie and the other guys have got their work cut out in the workshop. So in this part of the building is where we prep the sales cars. Brad's just popped out to get out of our way at the moment actually, but we do a thorough detailing to all our sales cars and to customer cars if they want it as well. So that's what goes on in here. We store them when they're all polished up and looking lovely and shiny. But let's go through to the workshop and see where the magic happens. Right, here we are in the workshop. So this is, like I say, where the magic happens. I think the best thing to do, introduce you to Ollie, who's our head technician here at Friends Green Porsche, and he can kind of talk you through what goes on in here, what we do. So yeah, I'll pass you over.
So I'm Ollie, I'm the head technician here at Friends Green Porsche. I've been here for about 2.5 years now, and I carry out the majority of the work here. Here we do the majority of stuff on the cars, from simple stuff to servicing, to full suspension rebuilds, to removing engines, changing engine over coolant pipes. There's quite a lot we go into with these cars. They tend to need quite a lot of work, so the cars tend to need about 1 to 2, even 3 to 4 days sometimes spent on them. So this specific car, it's had a complete suspension overhaul. We've got the Bilstein B12 coilovers on here, new brakes, all new arms all over the car. Design 911 supply these Goodridge braided brake lines as well. This car, we've also had a Quaife limited slip differential fitted to this car. So we go quite in depth with the upgrades when they're needed. And all the parts, they're very easy, straight bolt on parts. We never have any issues, and they're all really good quality.
So as well as like-for-like replacement parts, such as this Bilstein PASM damper we've got here, which will be going on a 997 Carrera S, Design 911 also offer upgraded parts. We've got some here in front of us. We buy a lot of upgraded parts from Design 911. So for example, this car behind us, that Ollie's nearly completed in the workshop, has had a few of these bits. So that is a kind of standard original equipment engine mount. We like to use these very regularly, and our customers like them as well. That's an RSS semi-solid engine mount. So this car behind us, that Cayman S, has had those. These will be going on a 996 Carrera 4S. The car behind us, I can't show you the parts because it's already in the car, has had this Quaife limited slip differential. And lastly, for the same car that these mounts are going on, we've got this KW V3 coilover set up. It'll be going on the car next week. It's a very nice high quality product. Fully adjustable. Car behind us, Ollie's already shown you. Bilstein B16, so you've got a variety of upgraded parts you can use. It's not just one manufacturer or one set of components. So a big thanks to Design 911 for coming down. It's always really good to see you guys. Thanks for supplying us with all these good quality parts and your general service. We look forward to doing more business in the future. If you want to check us out, it's www.friendsgreenporsche.com, or we've got socials at Friends Green Porsche, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks very much.